What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel with me, Clem Boogie. Week 4 NFL schedule. Yeah, a lot of pretenders, a lot of pretenders. We don't know exactly who's who. People who we thought were going to flake out haven't really done that, but I digress. Anyway, you know the MO. I got 4 picks for you, 1 upset alert. Let's get to it, shall we? First game up is the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. Very lopsided game. I say that to say Washington has no idea what they're doing. I have no idea what their offense is thinking half the time. Their defense seems to be non-existent at times. Frankly, I don't know what they even suit up sometimes for. But they're playing their rivals. Anything is possible in these rivalry games. Dallas Cowboys, for some reason, somehow, they've put it together. Yes, they're not led by Dak Prescott, as he's still recovering from his injury, and they're being led by one Cooper Rush. Zeke looks very rejuvenated with him and Tony Pollard manning the rushing attack. They have a little thunder and lightning thing going. They struck gold with Noah Brown being a secondary receiver to their number 1 receiver, CD Lamb, who seems to have gotten over the drops. And, they're looking like a well-oiled machine, at least serviceable at the very least. Their defense is definitely stout. They're at the top 5 in the league in all categories. Very scary. Last time I checked, Carson Wentz went down or got hit about 9 or 10 times combined. I'm not sure about how many sacks, but anytime he had hiked the ball, he seemed to be on his back. Expect more of that from this game, as Dallas will get to Carson Wentz a multitude of times, frustrating him, making him turn over the ball, whether it's pick sixes or pick and scoop and scores. But with all that being said, I'm taking Dallas. Next game up, we have the Chicago Bears versus the New York Giants. Don't know what Chicago Bears are thinking. I don't know what their fans are thinking. I know they are deeply disappointed, though their play doesn't reflect their record, as they are 2-1. Also, the Giants are also 2-1. It's going to be an ugly play game. I believe we're going to be having the remnants of Hurricane Ian, or Superstorm Ian, on the way, and it's just going to be rain. It's going to be sloppy. This game will be predicated on who can just make the most plays, who will step up the most. With all that being said, I know the Giants have Saquon Barkley. He is going to be the single best player on the field. But Chicago, one word of advice. You have Justin Fields, an explosive player. At least that's what he's proven when he was in college. Though we know college is much different from the pros, you have to take the reins off the young man. You have to be able to let him, function in what's going to work best for him. Letting him take the attempts that he's taken, which is very few, and him also taking ownership and only completing single-digit passes simply is just not going to work. I don't know what's going on over there. They do have to find out a way to protect him because he's getting hit awfully a lot. He is athletic, but no one likes to get hit. Trust me, it's not fun. But with all that being said, I'm taking the Giants, giving 3 points, and yeah, look for a very ugly play game, like I said, but the Giants should manufacture and get it. Next game up, we have the New England Patriots versus the Green Bay Packers. Not much to say about the New England Patriots other than Mac Jones is out, ankle injury, and they have Brian Hoyer stepping in to take the realms. Not a lot of skilled players on New England side. Defense is subpar. Offense is non-existent. Long story short, I'm taking the Packers. You have Aaron Rodgers. He seemingly found some connections with his young receivers. He still has some elder statesmen over there in Cobb and Tanyan and things of that nature. He's getting strong. He's getting his best leg of his offensive line back with his left tackle. And also, they have a two-headed monster in the backfield with Jones and Dillon. New England has no answer for that. Like I said, everything is basically subpar or less than for the New England Patriots. With that being said, I know the number is huge. I believe it's 9.5. I'm going with the Packers giving 9.5, and I'm looking for them to cover. Next game up is the Jacksonville Jaguars visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly's off to a very hot start. They have, in some cases, Jalen Hurts as an MVP frontrunner. Not surprising. They had the pseudo all-star team that they assembled this offseason. Usually what's put on paper doesn't really match out well in actual play, but the Eagles have proven to be pushing the envelope on the offensive side at least. They're very potent. They had A.J. Brown that's added into the fold, and he's given Jalen Hurts an opportunity to show his arm talent along with his leg talent. But on the other side, we have Jacksonville. Not the Jacksonville that we've known in the last few years. I think they have it right with Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and their host of skill players on the perimeter. They are very potent. They're not scared. They're going to be involved in every game. They're going to push limits. More limits. They're not going to lay down. They're very stout on the defensive side. Yes, they hit people. They're much involved. They're far removed from the turmoil and drama that they had to deal with last year with Urban Meyer. But anyway, as it pertains to this game, I'm going to go with Jacksonville with the points. I'm not saying that Jacksonville is going to win, but I know they're going to push Philly to their limits, and they're going to make it extremely difficult for Jalen Hurts, those receivers, and other skilled players on the field. And also, Philly's defense is not exactly as stout as people want it to be. They can get got, and that's what might transpire. It might be closer on the game than what people might expect. But like I said, Jacksonville is nothing to be toyed with this season. And like I said, my pick is Jacksonville with the points, 6.5. My upset alert this week will take place in the Cleveland Browns versus the Atlanta Falcons. The spread is 1.5 points. And I tell you why. Cleveland in this game will simply not provide any kind of pressure, no rush, no nothing. Their defense will be pedestrian at best. Jadeveon Clowney is out, I believe, due to injury. I think it's his back or ankle, something like that. But also a very key part, Myles Garrett. He had that accident about a week ago, flipped over in his car, speeding, doing things he's not supposed to be doing. So I don't know who their replacements are respectively. Those two are two bookends on the defensive line. They do have Ward on the perimeter, but he alone cannot do it himself. Cleveland will put forth their best efforts. They do have Nick Chubb for running back, and they also split time with Kareem Hunt. But like I said, it's not going to be a great showing. So I'm looking for the Atlanta Falcons, led by Marcus Mariota and that beast that's playing tight end to Kyle Pitts to, pull it out. They do have Cordell Patterson, who's basically like a Swiss Army knife in their lineup as well. So it also creates matchup problems all over the place. But with that being said, I'm looking for the Atlanta Falcons to upset the Cleveland Browns. All right, people, you know the drill. You got 4 picks, 1 upset alert. All that's left is for us to make some money. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm always interested on how I can improve and share some dialogue with you. After all, back and forth is what makes the dream work. All right, until next time, it's me, Clem Boogie.